Yeah, I'm talking about Boogie again, the internet's favorite clown. Everyone is lining up to throw the
Chance is now
baseball at
live.
the target to dunk this
Streaming
goober
Elden
into the
Ring.
water
Red
tank,
circle live
and
red
I
circle
can't
I'm getting
resist.
good
It's
the art of
actually
war Seansailéir of
unbelievable
Gaming.
how he continues to find new deplorable ways to sink deeper into degeneracy and dig himself even deeper holes. I am blown away by his ability to constantly embarrass himself. I don't know what kind of kink this is, but it goes beyond humiliation at this point. So buckle your seatbelt, I'm gonna deliver a high-speed Boogie breakdown here for what happened last night. So, Boogie has maintained for a while that he has cancer, and a lot of his reasoning behind his most recent cryptocurrency scam was that he needed the money for his medical treatments with his cancer. And last night, that diagnosis was challenged with people directly confronting about the authenticity of his claims because there were some inconsistencies and some shady things with what Boogie was saying about it. I believe the catalyst behind this whole conversation was Destiny, who spearheaded the questions that he had about Boogie's diagnosis, and it led to directly talking with him about it, which then led to more and more people coming in to talk to Boogie about it. And for those that don't know, Boogie2988 is a pathological liar. He cannot help himself. Just like a pile of dog shit can't help but smell like poop, Boogie can't help but lie. Even about the most trivial thing ever. He used to tell kids about games and what games he was playing and finishing and why he needed to buy games to review them and never review the games. I'm surprised he didn't start blaming on the Elden Ring DLC being too hard, saying shit like, oh, well, yes, the Elden Ring DLC was quite simple for me when I first tried every single boss. My favorite boss was Rudonius of the Hidden Leaf Village, obviously. He just lies, and he can't help but continue to lie anytime he sees an opportunity for it, especially if it can potentially lead to some level of sympathy. Oh, yes, I've experienced racism. Me, Boogie2988, as you know, I'm a full-blooded Atlantean, and I recall when Plato came to our hidden continent and sunk himself because he didn't like the color of our skin. He is just, is the point I'm trying to make here, an outrageous one at that. Cool. So, with some of the things he was saying, people started to question whether or not he really did have cancer, so they confronted him directly on a podcast, and throughout the 3 or so hours that he was on the podcast there, he chose the worst possible dialogue options every single time, and it eventually culminated with him getting naked.
So, your shred of privacy is this, but not being naked on film, not talking about fucking war, not talking about being take it off. Let's do it.
A pretty interesting strategy here to get nude, just strip down to your birthday suit. Boogie's playing chess, the rest of us are playing checkers. Lying about having cancer takes a very special kind of stuff. It's not unheard on the internet, there's plenty of famous cases of people doing that, but to come in and question Boogie on it, you've got to have your ducks in a row. And Boogie, when defending himself, refused to show even a single shred of evidence to push back against the claims, and claims had more evidence than Boogie did about his diagnosis. And it eventually reached a point where
what you got?
Show a fucking single molecule that would somehow lend any credence to Boogie's claims, and he just refused. There was I think it was an $80,000 bounty. Multiple YouTubers came in and offered thousands upon thousands of dollars to Boogie, up to $80,000, to just show a piece of his medical record to a trusted third party, so that way they could verify it that he really does have cancer like he claims he does. And he refused. Which is very weird, considering Boogie just scammed his audience for $10,000 talking about how desperate he was for money because of his medical bills and everything. So he'll scam his audience for $10,000, but he won't just briefly show a little piece of his medical record here for 80 grand, 80,000 clams? That just doesn't add up. Because he's talking about how it's the last bastion of privacy he has, which doesn't make any sense because Boogie has never given a fuck about privacy. Every single aspect of his life he has pushed into the public eye that people have to just like have their fucking retinas burned out against their will because Boogie is shoving every aspect of his personal life down their throat. Yet this is the one thing he wants privacy on, even though he himself was the first one to ever talk about it. It just doesn't make sense. So it's definitely not looking good for Boogie after this. He's since deactivated his Twitter account and everything. Probably is only temporary. He's addicted to Twitter. It's like a heroin addict. Like I imagine he's gonna go back to the needle here to Twitter. But for now, it's looking like his hand got steamed on this podcast. It doesn't look good here. Of course, it hasn't been 100% definitively proven that he's lying about his diagnosis or anything like that, but the whole situation around it is very weird for sure. And I just want to show you a little bit from it. Now, a buddy of mine, whom I'm sure all of you have heard me talk about in the past, Jackson Clark, that's a name that lives in infamy in the mind of Boogie. Jackson Clark is Boogie's boogeyman. He mentioned Jackson so many times unprompted in this podcast that the other hosts were left stunned, wondering who the fuck is Jackson? Because Jackson has, for a long time now, been pushing back against a lot of what Boogie has said and done to his audience. And Jackson, a while back, did talk about the diagnosis
Finally figured this shit out.
Twitter, and it has, I guess, weighed heavily on the psyche of Boogie.
Yeah,
I'm never showing any of these motherfuckers my medical record. Go fuck yourself. I said that 2 years ago, and I'm staying by it now. Destiny, Jackson Clark, Keemstar, you can see it when I fucking die. It's my fucking goddamn medical record.
What's the matter,
I don't know
Cos?
why Jackson was on the tip of his tongue there in the middle of this panel, but wow, that's so big. Hold on, I gotta send that to Jackson. Jackson's gonna have a big old smile and a big old wet spot in his trousers
What
for
are you
it.
doing here?
That's big.
I didn't think anyone knew
It was
about
Destiny
this
who put up
place.
5K and Muda put up
Except us
50K.
Jars.
Oh wow.
Ah. Are you going to
Yeah,
be the
it's
new
not like Boogie to
potentate?
turn down free money like that. He just scammed his audience for $10,000, which in this podcast he openly admits to. I think it was what was it, like, I think it was Nicholas Diorio. Nicholas Diorio at the very end came in and he's like, "What do you mean morals? You scammed your audience for 10K." And Boogie goes, "Yeah, but this is different." He's like, "These are two separate things."
Because I'm insisting on it, because
Drop
I'm hoping
the microphone. No, wait. Why would you have to insist on a biopsy if you can confirm?
But this is basically the whole podcast where they are picking apart Boogie's story and just begging and even trying to offer him tons of money to prove that he actually has what he says he has.
Gosh.
Where does he mention more
It's
Jackson?
not easy. I know. It's just a little test.
goddamn medical records. And I don't want one of you motherfuckers feeling sorry for me. I don't give a fuck.
Your skin
As
You
Mike
can
isn't
hate me as
unique.
much as you
Slick
fucking want.
slidey
But
hands
that's,
telling
I'm
sorry,
taking
cuz.
one
What a
goddamn thing
shame.
with me. And this is a decision I made when Jackson Clark demanded this shit 2 fucking years ago. And a decision I'm fucking
What
sticking
is
to
this?
here 2
I
years
don't know who
ago.
Jackson Clark is.
I don't even know if I'm gonna...
That's incredible! Jackson Clark, he did it again! First and last name. He's doing it! He's doing it! That's so huge. And now he looks like a pioneer for being the first to request the Panama Papers on Boogie here. And then 2:43 on the dot. Jackson mentioned again. This is like a Where's Waldo game. Right? So 2:43 mentioned again.
Getting his name right. It's fucking Moist Critical's butt buddy. I don't fucking know.
Why
Woo!
did you call him Jackson Clark?
I don't
Oh, wait, he's getting name dropped again!
know his real name. What is it?
What do you mean you don't know his real name? You've said it 4 times. Jackson Clark. You think that's an alias? A first and last name alias? His real name's fucking Steve Cheeseburger? Why do you pretend you don't know his real name? You tweet about him every now and then after blocking him so he can't fight back. That's his pseudonym. He's using it like J.K. Rowling.
I'm gonna let him have it,
Right?
I'm gonna
I
let
break
him have
some
it.
type of law.
I'm gonna let him
HIPAA
have
laws,
it.
yeah.
I'm gonna let him have it.
What's the reasoning behind that? Why you let them have the name?
Because as I said to Jackson Clark 2 years ago, or at least then, yeah, I am not sharing the medical records. Internet. For me, I'm
How much money did Jackson Clark get you to fucking say his name?
there is
Yeah, I
no-
know, right?
I don't know.
Great advertising, yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's good for Penguin Zero, Jackson Clark, Penguin Zero, Jackson Clark. Check it out. Buy back for it. There.
That's honestly, put that on the back of the DVD box. That is so fucking flames. Hold on, I'm telling Jackson timestamps. Get Jackson on stream. He's sleeping right now. It's Australia. He's not up yet.
Fucking with him.
He actually
Stealing
thinks
niggas'
he's
flowers
He
and
does.
shit.
He absolutely does. 100%. But he hates everyone that doesn't immediately fall in line and agree with him. What's crazy is he doesn't hate Keemstar, who literally invited him over to his house on the 4th of July just to throw ice cubes at him and bully him. But he hates everybody else. Literally everybody else. It's so odd. It's super weird. I don't know why he hates me and Jackson so much more than everyone else. I genuinely do not. I have talked about Boogie twice. Once with his crypto scam and once with the documentary that dropped where he talked about how his life fell apart from buying hookers and everything and still had a crazy ego about how he deserves to fuck tens. And all kinds of heinous shit. Those are the only 2 times I talked about him. And comparatively to everyone else, I don't even think I was that mean. I gave him legitimate advice about maybe instead of scamming your audience, you should just keep making YouTube videos. He averages 20k views per video. If you just make a video a day at that average, he would be able to support himself with at least $10,000 a month. Easy, bare minimum. Like, I feel like, honestly, it was pretty reasonable. But maybe he doesn't like to hear that. He'd rather people throw ice cubes at him in person. I don't know. I really don't know. You guys did make fun of him in the documentary for like an entire podcast episode. Yeah, constructively. Like, if you're going through all these health problems, maybe don't start every day with a Mountain Dew after you take off your fucking CPAP machine. Like, that's constructive. I think. Like, instead of a Mountain Dew, anything else. And maybe just doing fucking acid in the middle of the forest with a fucking shaman is not going to be the therapist you need. I know, yeah, I know. They brought in everyone for this one. It's certainly not looking like Boogie was telling the truth, shockingly. But who knows?
How the
Maybe
fuck
for some
do I
reason
get
he
over
really
there?
is refusing like $80,000 in order to keep this last bastion of privacy, which isn't really private considering he was the one that talked about it first. Watched all 4 hours. He doesn't hate you and Jackson. He thinks Jackson Clark is your real name and Charles White is one of your internet aliases. No, that's not true. He knows we're separate people. Now you're just making shit up, but I love that. I love that idea. Jackson Clark is my Australian alter. So a couple of quick things. I have made 2 videos on Boogie ever, but he has become a pretty common topic on the podcast where we talk about some of his more recent
I don't know how to get up
shenanigans.
there.
So maybe that's where he's hearing a lot of it from, because in videos it's only been 2 for me, and on the podcast it's not just me, it's everyone kind of just going over like the Boogie recap on what he's doing right now and why he probably shouldn't be doing what he's doing right now and how he can do things that are better than that. Like maybe that's where he's seeing a lot of it from, where he gets this idea that I'm always, you know, shitting on him or whatever. And the other thing I actually want to dive into a little bit is where I briefly mentioned that if Boogie would just make a video a day, or at least increase the frequency in which
best
he creates
merchant,
content,
man,
he would be able
'cause
to support himself.
I need some
and
good
he wouldn't
shit.
need to resort to scams or lies or these elaborate ruses to try and squeeze milk from a stone here and shake down the last remaining audience he has for their lunch money. He could just support himself through what he used to do, which was make content. Yes, he lost most of his audience once they started to take a peek behind the mask, the facade that he put up, then they noticed that he's like the goddamn Babadook, right? He's a monster. But his channel was so big that even losing the majority of his audience still leaves him with a very sizable audience left. That's bigger than like 99% of other channels on the platform already. And averaging between 20 to 30,000 views per video is sustainable. I have another channel, and I've talked about it a couple of times, called Skill Check. And this is for all of the nerdy shit that I love to do. It's pretty niche. So Dungeons and Dragons and trading card games. Right now, mainly Magic the Gathering Commander, but we're branching into more Yu-Gi-Oh! And One Piece TCG content. I have a huge passion for this shit. And the average views on the videos for that channel is right around 30 to 40,000-ish. Sometimes they pop off like the Commander game with Wubby or the Shot Caller Commander game, but the average is between like 30 to 40,000 across the whole channel. And I'm going to just give you a peek behind the old analytics here. This is what the channel generates. Off 2.1 million views per month, it makes over $7,000 per month. Now let's compare that to Boogie's channel. Boogie, even when not creating content, his channel basically just gathers fucking cobwebs because he doesn't want to put any work in and make stuff. Even with that in mind, his channel still makes almost 1 million views per month. Now imagine if he would just post more frequently. He could easily fucking support himself through AdSense. He could. No matter what lie he tries to feed you about how that's not possible, no one wants to watch him, his average says otherwise. He just doesn't want to do it. He's looking for the easier paydays, like taking $10,000 up front to pump a fucking crypto scam. If it is true that Boogie is lying about all of this, that'll just be yet another unbelievably low thing that Boogie has done throughout his career. And he has made a career out of doing some of the lowest shit the platform's ever seen. So again, it hasn't been 100% confirmed that he's lied about this. So maybe he is telling the truth. Maybe he's got stick it to the man-neosis. Like, it's just all a very odd set of circumstances with the way all of this is unfolding here. And I just had to talk about it a little bit because, man, I mean, Jackson Clark, he got mentioned so many times here, and this is just such a fucking weird story. That's really about it. See ya. As I was rendering the video here, some new lore just dropped, a little update to this case. Keemstar made a tweet kind of talking about some things behind the scenes. Now, he's like the Boogie whisperer. Boogie tells him everything, I guess. So, I think probably best to wait for Boogie to confirm all of this, but I'll at least put this here for the sake of covering everything that's come out here. According to Keem's tweet, Boogie went on steroids that could cause cancer in the blood, and then 2 years ago, after he lost his money in crypto, went to the doctor, said he had high red blood cells, indicating he may have it. Before he got any confirmation, he made a YouTube video announcing it, and then for 2 years has been telling people he has it to use it for sympathy, and he never actually got confirmation, but now apparently he's scheduled to go see whether or not he has it. So that's the most recent update there, and it doesn't come directly from Boogie, so I... I'm a little social butterfly, and I'm here to learn from one of the best who's going to amplify my game with some very extreme bar tricks, as I'm told.
I don't know if they're extreme, but they're extremely good for getting free drinks at the bar. That's what I always...
And that's what I need. Yeah.
Before, I was a recognizable personality for doing dumb stuff. I was just an alcoholic. And I had other substance abuse issues, and no money, so it was important to me to be able to drink for free.
So when you would get drinks for free, those tricks, you'd go up and trick other people at the bar and say, like, I can do this.
Oh, yeah.
Correct. And that's why it's bad to call it a bar trick. I've never been a magic trick yet, because you are pulling a trick on somebody. You're essentially lying to them. Okay, wait, we're going to start with what I consider to be the easiest one.
What is that?
So, here, grab that. I'm going to see if I can effectively teach Charlie
What that is.
This one's really quite easy. We've got a toothpick, and we've got a fork and a spoon. We can all agree that the fork and spoon combined weighs a lot more than the toothpick. So it should follow that by putting the toothpick on the edge of this glass, that you should not be able to balance both the fork and the spoon on this side, because, right?
Yeah, tip over.
Right. And now the trick to make this happen, and you can make a bet on somebody, say, I will absolutely do it. You got to give me a free drink if I'm able to, right? Now what you do is you fix it like this, all right? Now we put our toothpick through here, okay? And there's just a little sweet spot. Boom. We have done it. We have succeeded.
Wow.
We have succeeded. And
Let me see if I can match your freak over here.
with one hand, it's gonna be
work.
ambitious. Oh, look at that! Boom, ladies and gentlemen. I think you've got your drink.
Yeah, it only needed to
It
stay
was
for a
there.
second.
Yeah.
Look, if you were doing that to me, I would have bought you a drink. It was enough time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool trick. And then you can make it even cooler if you have a lighter handy. You can light the toothpick on fire.
Just for showmanship.
Yeah. And then you can see how steady your hand is trying to like pick it up and That's not gonna work too great, but we've got that drink.
We already
in
got the
can.
drink.
Yeah, that one's in the can, folks. Now, you guys generously brought me coffee just in the interest. Now, I don't know if this is gonna work that great, and for this one,
Stop. What's the stop? What's the stop? I don't like stop.
Jeez.
50.
Was to get past the regulations and to prove that it could be done as safely as possible.
Excellent work, Guillermo. Mission accomplished. What a successful mission that was, too.
Hearing behind me, carbon fiber and titanium. There's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did.
Probably a rule you shouldn't have broke, huh, in hindsight. Yeah, he doesn't give interviews. He just releases statements, I guess, about colonizing the moon and Venus. Look at Project Moonhut wallpapers on their website, 100% AI generated. Well, yeah, because, I mean, AI is going to push us to Venus and the moon by 2050 with Guillermo at the helm and all of our happy investors. Generating wallpapers. You think this is AI generated? Your distrust in Guillermo is sickening. He painted these himself in a dream. What a talented man Guillermo is. He's bringing us to the cosmos, where we belong. First step, Moon Hut. Second step, Venus Colony. Third step, Mass Effect Citadel. All thanks to Guillermo, who's immortal, hopefully, because he's already in his 50s and he's trying to do all this by 2050. The guy will be a fucking ancient fossil. He is trying to make a legacy. You're not wrong, I guess. The legacy of the clown. Any day now, Lewis. Project Moon Hut is here. Their 40-year plan. Bullet roof. You can't argue with the science. Industrial park on the moon. 90 people living there by 2036. By 2046, we're fucking on the moon, so we got 578 people there now. 2063, we become a class 10 society. Time travel, faster than light travel, fucking interdimensional travel. We'll be able to turn ourselves from 3D to 2D if we want to. All thanks to Guillermo and Ocean. Go to the last one. You don't want to see the last one. You're not ready for this. It's an all-out war between Earth and Moon. Project Mirth fails. Phase 5, the Age of Infinite. God, the Mirth Odyssey. What kind of brain-dead investor would actually put money into this? This is a very important lesson to everyone out there. You having a ton of money doesn't equal you being smart. Some people just get lucky and fall into it. This guy is the perfect fucking example of a ludicrously wealthy gentleman who is unbelievably stupid, like legitimately, observably dumb. By 2063, humanity had come to realize that it was not merely entering the fourth industrial revolution, but embarking on a different epic altogether. The Age of Infinite. Sounds like a Final Fantasy game. He's actually just writing a sci-fi novel. Like, what the fuck? This profound shift transcended faster computing and automation. It fundamentally altered our perceptions of existence and resource availability. Galvanized by Project Moonhut, millions collaborated to adapt beyond-Earth innovations for Earth's benefit, affecting every species. This movement redefined how we obtain food, water, shelter, and even how we communicate and entertain ourselves. In a paradigm shift, we evolved from a scarcity mentality to one brimming with infinite resources and possibilities. In this grand transformation, the moon didn't just serve as a destination. It acted as a catalyst for life-altering changes back on Earth, ushering us into an era where Earth and Moon together became Mirth, our new collective home. The Age of Infinite, a realm of endless possibilities and boundless resources, breathing life into the future. And for only $10 through the Project Moonhut Foundation right now, you can get this free coffee mug. How do you know this isn't the plot for Moonfall 2? That would be great. That would be so good. I'm telling you, aliens are gonna kill us for trying to do too much shit. Brother, I've got some comforting news for you if that's something you actually fear. If aliens make it to us, they've already mastered faster than light travel. They're so beyond our comprehension technologically speaking I don't think they'd come out here like fucking scooting in sideways, zooming in like, shit, they invented AI memes. Blow it up! They're out of control! Oh, they're gonna overtake the cosmos.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Something.
Damn.
Have you heard of Bethany Hamilton promoting shark repellent bans? She claims it decreases the chance of a shark attacking you. Whoa. Technology has come so far, we've destroyed sharks at their own game. Bethany Hamilton shark bans, proven shark deterrent technology.
For so many of us, it's hard to shake the thought of sharks. Trust me, I get it. Surf, swim, or
So does it actually work?
Shark Man's products are simple.
I don't know enough about sharks and stingrays. Do they not like magnetic stuff?
They're always on. With shark bands, I feel a deep
Find out.
for me, and more importantly,
Okay, here. Do shark deterrents actually work? Huge fucking ad. Alright, nice. They published a peer-reviewed 2018 study, Effectiveness of 5 Personal Shark Bite Deterrents for Surfers. How long have shark bans been out? Oh, here. 4 other shark deterrent products, including shark bands, ankle or wrist bracelet to send out an electromagnetic field, had limited or no measurable effect on white shark behavior, the study concluded. It also noted that shark-human interactions remain rare and unlikely events, yet there are 4 shark attacks in a single day, like 3 days ago. But their frequency has been increasing globally since the 1980s. Well, that's what happens when when they're running out of food. So it looks like no real evidence. Article states no shark deterrent is 100% effective, but independent testing has demonstrated several can significantly reduce the risk of a bite. Sharkman posted a video on YouTube where they actually tested with bull sharks and humans. Damn it, poor guy was getting torn alive down there. R.I.P. dummy. Did you know the Olympics had a virtual Taekwondo tournament with VR headsets?
Natalie is slightly lower on that health meter.
She's done her duty and
I
she's
got
walked
food
in.
in my
No one
pen
told
and
me the
nothing to
Olympics
do.
goes this
I'm
hard.
ready to watch Elden
Wait a
Ring.
minute. That's some fine gaming right there.
I got food in my pen.
So, this reminds me,
What you mean
you guys
pen?
remember the Olympics esports division or whatever? Where it turns out it was like all mobile games
And
and
I'll be
shit?
getting off very soon.
And some of the mobile games were made by like the
Yeah.
Olympics committee to just basically fucking double dip on funds. Is this part of that?
Weed pen.
Because it looks like a cheaply made
Uh-oh.
dog shit VR game just for the Olympics. Yeah, it is. I guess they got us again.
This brings us to round 3. Natalie keeps herself in that game.
Yeah, cool down after throwing one kick.
This best of 3.
Whoa! That was high octane. This looks like something I would have seen at Disney Quest 15 years ago.
You know, it really counts when you have the tech there to track exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly what you're doing, huh? That's very generous. Yeah, it really looks like she's going into a fucking fencing position here, like she just got a concussion. Really tracking it exactly.
Been working on my new book.
Oh, nice. Big
Nice, what's this
stun,
about?
big stun.
Turning an absolute perfect shot, finishing with a jump and a finish.
Oh, we
Yes.
missed the gameplay. Oh, nice. It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid that the
By
Olympics
3.
would just do virtual sports games. Like, just do the sport at the Olympics. The whole point of esports would be to do games you can't do at the Olympics. It's so fucking stupid. Like where they had one of the games be Fortnite custom shooter, where it was target shooting in Fortnite. That's the dumbest idea ever. It's so dumb. They also did virtual table tennis.
You don't have none
Did
either.
they? I remember. Oh, look at that. Let me see. Oh god. Just do fucking table tennis. What a joke. God, the Olympics is so out of touch. It's crazy. It's crazy. Virtual table tennis is safer. True, yeah, we can't risk injury at the Olympics. You think you'll ever reach an age
The
where you
general
don't wanna
plot is
play
about
video
this guy
games
named
anymore?
Kataro Hishigata
Probably
who's
not.
from a
That's
different
something I
universe
think
trying to
this
live
is
and
so
exist in a new
fucking
universe.
losery to say. But even in my age now, coming
Okay,
on
that's
30,
cool.
I still always wonder what like normies do to kill time if not playing a game or
I give
like
you a lot to think about.
watching something.
Thoughts.
And I guess
That
I mean
nigga
more like
thought.
take like a general celebrity. Like someone that has no idea about video games. Because you see this all the time. Like people that have never heard of Twitch. Like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart had no fucking clue what Twitch was. Never played a video game in his life. Or anyone who acted in like The Last of Us. Or Fallout. Like what do you do? Like in between working. You know what I mean? Normie was the wrong word for it. I just mean like a very general idea. Like, what do you do in between?
It of course has
If you're not
supernatural
someone
things
who
like
plays a
powers,
game,
mythical beast,
or,
etc.
I guess watches some shit, read a book. Yeah, I'm sure all of the actors on like the Halo show are reading books. What do your parents do in your free time? My
How much you got
parents are
done?
super tuned into like
I really don't
internet
want
shit.
any of what this guy has.
Like my dad's always watching ancient alien stuff, but he's also really into miniatures, and he's really into his racing simulator that he built. And then my mom's kind of doing that as well with him. And he works on his car once a week, the 32 Ford project.
Nomadic mission.
Hear about the lady who left her baby in a car for 5 hours at the casino. Did she win? Did the kid survive? Was it all a happy ending? Let's see. Mother arrested for
I got
child
at most
neglect
2
after
chapters
leaving
down.
baby in car for 5 hours.
I'm sorry.
Cool. Tomorrow we're gonna have to hop on the
This is stuff I put people in prison for. Why are you leaving anything in the car?
restoration.
So misunderstood. She was just looking for the father in the casino's
I
very
really
big
want to
casino
take my time
files.
and put everything I got into this story and
Super
not just
reasonable.
drop
What
it.
seems to be the problem?
I had to go find his dad. My phone.
You gotta do that.
No, I didn't say go over there.
You gotta focus, nigga.
Well, she's a nurse. Oof. Oh, yikes. Oof.
Yeah, getting
She
the floor
claimed
right.
she was only inside for 20 minutes, but security camera video shows that she was inside the casino for several hours, and the child is okay.
Yeah, these dudes
We
are
can
not
finish watching
nothing.
that body cam.
Yeah, check on your kids. That's all.
Just in time, 5 hours later after taking the hot car challenge.
So how did you get here?
He picked me up
Yeah, you've been here with him.
with the baby, yes. And then I tried to go and find him, but I don't know where he's at.
No, it's not. Okay.
Yeah, once you find your flow, you be good.
Well, not the most convincing of excuses. Very weird how she only seemed to care once the authorities were there. It's so odd. It's so odd.
Oh, I do. I believe this is
You
the
can't
most
take a baby
well-written
in a
story I
casino?
have. I just
know.
work on
What
explaining
happened
things
to
in
us being a
detail.
free country?
There you
You
are.
can't take a baby around infinite cigarette smoke? Like, what happened to us? Huh? What happened? I literally saw a dude pissing on the floor of a casino last year. If you type in casino pee, you will see so many videos of people doing that. People get so lost in gambling, they will just sit there and piss themselves while on the slots.
This is all shit
Gambling
I got.
addiction is one of the wildest ones. It's actually just being addicted to losing infinitely. And it consumes people's entire lives. Now you can't smoke in casinos anymore? What casinos do you live near? The Hard Rock has an entire smoking... Like, there's two halves. There
The
is
flow
a non-smoking
and
half,
characters,
which is the
everything
smaller
like
half
that.
of the
I have
Hard
no
Rock,
trouble
and then
with
the
its
big half
trying
is
to
all
explain
smoke.
everything,
It's
cause that's
literally
what
all
I
just
struggle
smoke.
with in general.
It
Explaining
fucking
things.
Sucks. It sucks. I hate it. There is nothing worse than going into the Hard Rock Casino and going through the main area where it's nothing but cigarette smoke. Did you know in casinos they block out all light from outside so gamblers don't know how long they've been in there? Yeah, and there's no clocks so you can't keep track of time
trying to
as
think.
easily. Oh yeah, I forgot to look up Boeing pleading guilty. Boeing agrees to plead guilty
You need
33
to,
minutes ago. Boeing agrees
you
to
need to
plead
look up
guilty to
words.
felony and deal with Justice Department.
And word
they squeak it
definitions.
out yet again. They were
The more
just
words
too
you know, the
big to
easier it is to
fail.
explain stuff.
Boeing agreed on Sunday to plead guilty to a felony charge of conspiring to defraud the federal government over two fatal crashes of the
So
737
go in the
MAX
dictionary
in
at the source and
2018.
just look at some shit.
In a deal with the department
Probably
outlined
at the
in part in
source.
the court filing, Boeing also agreed to pay $487 million fine,
And look up for the
maximum
synonym of
allowed
what you
by
feel,
law,
what you
and invest
trying to say.
$455 million over the next 3 years to strengthen its
And then they
compliance
make
and
better
safety
words for you.
programs. The company will be put on probation. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be meaningful. For 3 years. As part of the probation, Justice Department will appoint an
No, none of
independent
this.
compliance monitor who will make sure that safety measures are in place and followed, submitting annual reports to the government. The company will face additional penalties if any of the
What's
terms are
that?
violated. The company's board of directors will also be required to
green
meet
shit.
with crash victims' families. The decision by Boeing to plead guilty is significant because the company has not been convicted of a federal felony in decades. In the filing, the department described the charge of conspiring to defraud the federal government as the most serious, readily provable offense. I'll take anything as a win. It's impossible to avoid their planes, so I'd like to feel safe. No, I mean, yeah. Yeah, it is a small win, kind of, I guess. But it's so corrupt. Like, Boeing is so deep. Like, the government, well, rather, opposite. The government and all of
what
these
the fuck
boards are
is
already
this?
so deep into the pipeline of Boeing and their corruption. Like, they're all on Boeing's payroll. There's so much shadiness with all of that. This is all just, like, PR. This is all just for public. Just appearing like something's happening. But I don't think anything's gonna change. Boeing is running. Those astronauts are still stuck at the Boeing Starliner right now, by the way. Oh yeah. Boeing Starliner update. They're still not home. What was supposed to be a 5-day mission has now been, what, 30? I think, actually over 30. Oh, here. This is a really cool article headline. Boeing thruster test may take weeks. I want to make it very clear that Bush and Semi are not stranded in space. They're safe on the space station. Their spacecraft is working well and they're enjoying their time on the space station. Yeah, I'm sure they're
crazy.
excited about the 5 or 8 day mission, whatever it was, now lasting over 30. Or close to 30. Yeah, I'm sure this is how they wanted to spend their fucking 4th of July. with the Boeing Starliner perpetually malfunctioning. Now, one thing he is right about, they're not technically
Fucking hit
stranded.
the
They
ground.
can come back on a different vessel, not the Starliner, which I think is going to be the case at the end. That's how they're going to get home. Do they have enough food, water, and air?
Jeez.
Brother, yeah, they're on the ISS. Like, they can stay up there for a long time. I think they have up to 95 days they could comfortably stay. And I think they're going to use every single one of those goddamn days because that Starliner's not going to get fixed. Did you see the Manny Show's apology video? It was really good. Yeah, we can talk about that. It was actually really good. Probably one of the best I've seen.
What
Is
the
Manny's
fuck?
apology actually good, or are you trolling?
You
No,
want to be a character in my
this
book.
is a really good response
Just
to the
know
whole
if you
thing.
do want to be in it, it's fair games
Manny
if you
Show
die
takes
cause I don't
everything
like
on
having
the
plot
chin,
armor in my book.
explains how the strikes came to be. So apparently the Manny
Let me
Show
think about it.
hired someone to manage their monetization.
'Cause I don't
And
wanna
they
be in a
kind of
book and just die.
overstepped their boundaries and started striking channels. Manny takes full
Like this
responsibility for hiring that rogue operative, takes full blame
Ooh.
for it, doesn't make any excuses, and just says, you know what, the criticism was warranted, deserved.
Can I tell you what I
thank
have
you."
planned so far?
Yeah.
You frothing degenerates!
Uh-oh.
It will do no good, I swear it. And yet you persist. You frothing degenerates!
So I killed myself off in my book as an example of no one on his plot armor and to progress the plot of my book.
Yeah, that's cool. It's your book, nigga. You wanna kill him off? Then cool. Should I kill this bitch?
It will do no good, I swear it. My death would only be temporary.
Shut your ass up.
Victory achieves nothing.
Probably shouldn't have killed her. Try him.
Gives praise for calling it out, and then goes on to say how they don't believe in censorship. Talks about how on TikTok they'd been censored, so they've been very adamantly against it. And yeah, actually a really good apology. Did you
There
see
we
that
go.
the Hawk girl got 30K to go to a club? It's so, like, this is so fucked. Yeah, I saw. We were just talking about her dumbass documentary she's getting, and now she just got paid 30K to appear at a club. But I don't see anyone caring about her. I don't, like, it's so artificial and fake. Like, yeah, no, good for her. Like, absolutely, this is huge for her, no
Where's
doubt.
Arrow?
But like,
How do I shoot this
this
shit?
is so weird. You see that one of the survivors of the Parkland High School shooting just won the exclusivity rights to the name and likeness of the shooter. What? What does that mean? Parkland school shooting survivor gained rights to gunman's name and unique civil settlement. What the fuck? What's he gonna do with the name? The shooter agreed to transfer the rights to his name, Nicholas
Who's shooting
Cruz, for
this?
use in any production, movie, book, television, cable TV, or other media. So is he gonna try
Bolts.
and make money off of it? My head immediately went to like using his name to turn him into like a fucking joke of a person. Like turn him into like a laughing stock type thing. Like a fleshlight that's just called the Cruz or some shit. But it sounds more like it's some kind of money-making idea, perhaps? I think it's specifically so Cruz can't. Well, I don't think he could regardless, right? I don't know how those cases work. Maybe he could have. Oh yeah, I've got the Crunchyroll thing pulled up. I just forgot to click on it. Crunchyroll reveals why it removed all site comments amid major fan confusion.
So in the book, my character is a Z-tier rank 1
Popular
superhero
anime
named
streaming
Black
service
Celestial.
Crunchyroll has removed its comment section site-wide, including all streaming content, to the confusion of viewers and fans. An official spokesperson for the company has now revealed why. Fans on social media were surprised this week to discover Crunchyroll comments have been removed. Following correspondence with a Crunchyroll spokesperson, the company shared, "At Crunchyroll, we prioritize creating a safe and respectful community environment." I'm already sick to my stomach. To maintain this standard,
Z-tier means best of the best, and rank 1 is basically the ranking in that tier.
Across all our platforms and experiences. The user rating system will remain, however, allowing fans to express their opinions through star ratings. Lame indeed. Very lame. I've never read Crunchyroll comments, so it doesn't affect me directly, but just taking away voices, no good. A little bit of censorship, no siree. At least they're allowing the rating system to remain, so you can still at least rate things that you don't like. That's good, I guess. Have you seen the kid who wrote a diss track on his grandma for reporting him missing? Can't say I have. I gotta check that out right now. 15-year-old Georgia teen drops a diss track towards his grandma after she reported him missing. What? Alright, Meemaw. I don't know why, but let's see it.
Yeah, it sounds easy to understand.
Jesus.
He was killed by the children of Atropo, who is like Thanos and Darkseid on steroids.
Take that. I bet she'll think twice next time she tries to disrespect her 15-year-old grandson. That shit's got the entire retirement home bumping. His grandma probably doesn't even use the internet. Well, wait until she drops her diss track. She'll get the last laugh. Acolyte is almost done.
Whoa.
I haven't watched in the last 2 weeks. I'm quite... New episode was awful. It was literally just episode 3 again with 10 minutes of new footage. My dad thinks Acolyte is the best show ever.
Who is it targeted to? What kind of audience?
But how? I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't know how. Like, I understand people are gonna like different things. I totally get that. But how in the world could Acolyte be the best thing your dad's ever seen? Like, even if he likes it, it's fine if he likes it. That doesn't bother me. But how the fuck could that possibly be the best thing anyone
I'm
has
ready to
seen?
fight something now.
Because let's say you're just
anyone
looking at
who's
it from
into
like a pure
supernatural
popcorn
stuff.
perspective, like action. You get maybe 3 action scenes in the whole show so far. Granted, I am 2 episodes behind, so maybe the next 2 episodes are nothing but action. But like it's like even still, I just don't know how you could possibly think that it's the best thing you've ever seen. Old people don't care about
I
movies.
don't plan on adding anything sexual, but if the flow goes, the flow goes.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that is revolting to hear. What? But how is that possible? You know what I mean? Again, like I totally understand everything's subjective, but I just don't see how that's possible. Like in general.
The fuck is that?
My mom loved Madam Web and Rebel Moon. I just don't know how.
Oh, it's
I don't
another
really
dragon.
Like there are certain things where I just think no matter what your preference and what your tastes are, it's impossible to like.
I gotta go that way.
Them. You know what I
gotta
mean?
fight
to find
this
them to be
fucking
like the
dragon.
best of their genre. You hear about the artwork of
I
Jesus
already
Christ
have your
and
character
Looney
and
Tunes
everything
that was
already
removed
planned
from
out and everything.
Australians' art.
Okay.
Artwork featuring Christ overlaid with Looney Tunes character removed by
Gotta
Sydney
fight him.
Council after threats of violence. Oh come on, this is good art. This looks wonderful. Sydney Council removed the playful artwork of Jesus Christ overlaid with Looney Tunes
I can put him
after
to
a
sleep.
torrent of online abuse. It was removed from the Blake Art Prize exhibition at the Kosala Powerhouse Arts Center. Oh god. Oh, I didn't get to see the whole thing. They got a lot of good Looney Tunes characters in here. There's a phone company about to launch a $200 phone that was a super mold display and a Sony 50 MP camera, premium stuff for an Android. They're gonna tell me about like the new Freedom phone or something. Whatever happened with that, by the way? Remember the Freedom phone? Freedom phone is a free speech and privacy first focused phone. $4.99. Is it out? Looks like a review of it from 2 years ago.
You don't get tired? Like, what the fuck going on?
Wait till you see this one. So just last week, a 22-year-old Bitcoin millionaire called Eric Finman.
God, it was such a good video. It was so good, this goofball. He looked like a ghoul from Fallout if it had hair.
It almost immediately hit the trending page, and in terms of likes, shares,
What's going on?
It is so easy to market for that shit. You just have to hit him with the buzzwords. Freedom. Actually, that's different. Freedom, misinformation, woke. That's a recipe for success. It doesn't even matter. Going forward, you can sell anything. Do you even sell all that much? That's a good question. Here's an article from January of last year. Conservative Freedom phone backers turn on each other. So it sold at least 8,000 units according to court records, which was roughly 3.5 to 4 million.
Get out of there, get out of there.
It's fundamentally the worst phone you'll ever use in your life. That's not bad for a quick pump and dump scammer. That ain't bad.
No way.
You've seen the once human privacy potential. I know some of you won't care, and there are probably paid shills who will come here and try to argue and otherwise, but I hope you all realize how much of a game this game is. When you accept the agreement, you're agreeing to give them
that hurt.
every piece of information they can data mine from you. Everything about it. Personal information, password info, government ID, address, IP, location, mailing, billing, birthday, social media, and collection of your friends on social media, nicknames, real names, first and last name. I'm not exaggerating. They literally want all your friends' real names too. And you're signing away your passwords to an unknown Chinese entity who will do God knows what with them. This is every single country in America. I've got to what I want to do. Every single piece of technology you interact with is being sold. Your data is being harvested. Most of the time it's being sold to China. I'm sorry to tell you, if you're still living in denial. But this is egregious here for a game, if that's true. How do I get out of it? Is simply uninstalling enough. Oh my god, it's so naive, it's adorable. Oh no, I accidentally already agreed to this and started playing the game.
Go.
If I uninstall, does it void the agreement? And they'll give me all my information back? That's so cute. Holy shit. China will send you an email with the data. We saw you uninstalled Once Human. We apologize for any inconveniences that our agreement might have caused. Here's all of the information we harvested. We promise not to look at it anymore. You can have it back. We're gonna steal all the CSGO knife skins. Yeah, maybe that's the plan. Yeah. Everybody steals info, nothing new here. Yep, that's what I was saying earlier. Every single piece of technology you interact with your data is selling it.
No way he hit me.
Always selling it to China. This does seem like an egregious overreach. Again, if this is all true. Who cares? Yep, that seems to be the general attitude nowadays. Man, I gotta I miss the days the standard approach to the internet was you keep all of your shit private. No names. You do not sign away any of your privacy. Spitefully. You don't let your shit be spied on. Because it's a basic human right. Nowadays it's like, oh, you want privacy?
As to your range 5 hero named Skull, whose abilities are rapid regeneration / healing factor, super strength, speed, and the ability to camouflage / turn invisible.
At least it wasn't like the prevailing thought process where who cares?
That
That's
cool.
kind of still a more newer one for the most part.
He didn't give me
Think
anything.
about how easy it was for Ancestry to have all your photos. That's a beautiful thing. I love that Ancestry has all of my baby photos. And my mom doesn't even use the internet.
Dungeon? Bunch of fucking dragons. What is this? Better not be chasing me. Wow. Oh my God. No way. Bitch. Nah, that's a crazy jump. Think I could do that. Shit's weird. Ouch. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. Where are they gonna put my shit, man?
Mosh Colossus was the guy you recorded and edited montages for. Do you remember him? Mosh Colossus. I do not remember that tag. Tweeted the montage at you.
Let's fight this shit again.
I don't remember.
Fuck him.
I don't think I ever did editing for anybody. No, this isn't really editing. This is a 1v1. Let's see. Did I get like credit in here or something? Because I don't remember this. Oh, I am in the lobby. That's definitely me. I think, right? I mean, it's so fucking blurry I can't tell. I do not remember editing anything for anybody. I was always so dog shit at editing. I don't think anyone would want me to. No, I will say that is Pinnacle Studios right there, the Dazzle Platinum component or companion app. where you could edit in Pinnacle
The homie
Studios.
Vector
This
is playing an
absolutely just default
AL4D2
template
tournament for money.
text. Pinnacle. Maybe I did. You're sub to him. Oh fuck. I
Doing
am.
what?
Wait, holy shit, I am. His original name was Gak X Colossus. I really don't. I have such great memory too, especially from old Xbox Live compatriots. But that does
Playing
not
in the
ring
tournament.
bells. But I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I'm sub to the channel.
He wins it, he
I'm
wins the
clearly
money.
in the lobby, so I must have recorded
Hey, what's the
and
tournament
edited this
about?
for him. Did I leave a comment too, I wonder? What's crazy is I remember Six Shot. I remember him. He and I did
Versus,
some
like-
2v2s together. The one of your lost videos. It's not my video, but that is a very interesting tidbit of lore that I did not remember. Have you heard of Daryl? I'm not sure if he's crazy or a fraudster, but he
It's the
claims he
RGBT7
communicated
tournament.
speak to an alien named Bashar.
I don't know what that is.
Bashar, huh? I'm unfamiliar with the cosmic entity known as Bashar.
I
but
don't
I'd
know
like to
anything
get
about it.
Familiar with them. Messenger of good news. Bashar, how to attract anything into your life by going gamma state. Huh?
I just know people do it almost yearly for money.
Of your brain, and you know that
Yeah, 93.3 to hits.
Fuck,
Yeah, I know those frequencies.
different kinds of modalities, different kinds of perspectives.
So this is Bashar talking to us right now, right? I'm guessing he's in his channeling stance. He's got like the Yin tri-beam going with his hand, so I'm assuming this is the alien Bashar speaking to us through Daryl.
Many of you are also not familiar with the idea called the gamma state, which is between.
Did you just fart?
Sometimes it's every
Was that
6
Bashar
months,
or Daryl
sometimes
that
it's
did it?
every 9 months, or even the full year.
Between 40 and 100
Man, just shot himself.
in your brain.
Cosmically. Quantumly.
In the typical channeling state, in the neurological net of your brain,
What is it? It's
more
like Toby.
cohesiveness, more acceleration, more connection, more synchronization.
A lot of good buzzwords here,
while
Bashar.
also simultaneously allowing certain neural pathways to
Ow.
actually close down, deep meditation, but also when you are engaged and involved, you're not noticing what we call the passage of time. That is the gamma
It's-
state, also typically called the channeling.
Reading comments always make, like, this is all well and good. If you want to pretend to channel an alien and just spout a bunch of gobbledygook, all power to you. But it's the comments that actually just make me feel so sad. This resonates with me very much. Bashar says out loud what has been running in my head all along. Thank you for confirming that I am receiving
Who's
the right
down there?
information from my higher self. Oh my god, he's been teaching us how to access flow state all
It's a
this
global
time.
Left 4
It's
Dead
something
2
I've
tournament
wanted for a long
community.
time. On top of that, he's saying flow state is the key to manifestation. Wow. It's like he's saying to a kid, the key to life is to eat cake. Lots and lots of cake. Perhaps maybe I just don't understand the gamma state. Maybe I need to lock into flow state and then I'll be able to dunk on a 10-foot hoop. Perhaps I'm not being receptive to the wisdom of Bashar, the cosmic being.
By acting on the thing you love most, by following your
How does he conclude these?
their energy to your overall momentum of excitement and continue to expand and accelerate yourselves in that way.
Wasting time.
So, when we take you through that permission slip meditation, you can allow yourself to continue to practice it, but with that gamma state, and see life as it truly is, rather than the illusions you have put before yourself, or of the illusion, as opposed to falling under.
Okay, I thought he'd like snap himself back into Daryl. He does not. He stays Bashar. Wait, Danica Patrick has a YouTube channel? And she interviewed Daryl and Bashar? What in the world? What in the world? Bashar predicts humanity's coming great shift in 2024. Prepare yourself.
Let me get up here and I have to get off.
Bashar Sedana workshop.
Sorry.
Oh my god, he goes in front of a class. Hey.
Everyone has the ability to channel. Everyone probably does channel at various times.
Channeling is really just getting into that state where if you're doing what you love to do, you're not thinking about it, it just flows. Someone who's lost in song, an actor who becomes the part, in essence, is in a channeling state. But in that state, you can also access other portions of your own consciousness. You can access...
Oh, so Bashar lives inside of it.
Portions of information from throughout the universe.
Jekyll and Hyde style.
And make connections with other beings, other dimensions, what have you, depending on how you wish to focus the idea of that channel.
He's interdimensionally traveling.
For me, this began... I live in Los Angeles, and I had 2 very close broad daylight sightings of a UFO. First time about 70 feet away, second time... first time about 150 feet away, second time about 70 feet away of an equilateral triangular ship. I received what I experienced to be a telepathic connection from Bashar and his people.
Okay.
In that one instant, an actual memory came back of having made an agreement with Bashar to do this before this life.
Okay.
I understood in that moment that the UFO had been shown to me on purpose to get me to go in the direction I needed to go, so that by the time it was time for me to fulfill that agreement I had made, I would be ready. And
it's almost like the Rocco's Basilisk paradox. Very cool. Daryl, this is incredible stuff. What was the agreement? You'd agree to be his vessel so he could be a motivational speaker on Earth? That seems like a very underwhelming use of this cosmic being's powers. You're telling me that Bashar decides to use his abilities to just tell people to brush their teeth and eat well? And like have a positive mindset? That seems like a complete waste. Look at his website and his store. He's written 200 books since the 1980s. Jesus Christ, Bashar. You should show your dad this video. My dad doesn't believe in any of this shit. My dad just believes in the aliens building the pyramids. I don't know what to tell you. That's like the one, that's pretty much it. Like this kind of shit he would absolutely laugh at. He wouldn't text me being like, Charlie, you hear what Bashar said today about our horoscopes? Isn't that some shit? Like, my dad doesn't believe in that. Can Bashar take over like Sukuna? I don't think so. I think so. He was describing the channeling state. I think he needs to get into the zone. And if he's not in the zone, I don't think Bashar has like a door to get there. I don't think the alien planet is simming their best.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe Bashar is kind of like a dweeb on his home world. But to us, not to us. To Daryl, he's super cool.
Bashar is really another entity, or whether it's a portion of my own consciousness or whatever. The altered state is real. The information seems to have the ability to help people do what they need to do to make the kind of changes they need to make in their lives. And for that reason, I figured that's reason enough to go ahead and see where this goes.
I didn't expect that. He's like, oh, so it could be an alien, an interdimensional being, or it could just be some part of my subconscious while I'm conscious. No, I like the channeling community. There was another channeler I used to watch for, he was the one that would channel the Yael. He was the one that was like,
God damn.
Wilson, your best and brightest to school this morning. It's a very good day for learning. Blasting at you live from the Yael headquarters. That guy? Who was it? Do you remember? No, this isn't the guy. It was an older guy. Yael were very talkative through a bunch of different channelers, but there's one in particular I'm referring to, and I can't remember his name.
Oh my
God. He made a rap song about him called Bringing in the Yael. I don't think it is, though. He was much older, unless the Yael de-aged him.
Once we are of Ashtar Command, we are of the Pleiadians, we are of the Pleiadian civilization, of the Pleiadian consciousness.
Billionaire Boys Club. Isn't that Kevin Wait, isn't that Kevin Spacey's movie?
Sheesh.
Am I misremembering? What a crazy shirt to be wearing while channeling these interdimensional beings.
Civilization, as your solar system moves into a new era of the galaxy, a new area of the galaxy, and a new
We
era.
moved to a new area of the galaxy?
The idea is that there are time-space equations.
Wonderful message. It repeated everything I've been seeing in my meditation. This is not the guy I was thinking of, but now I want to hear his rap song. It's called Bringing in the Yael. Oh, here we go. Bringing in the Yael music video with footage